So, let's do this. Pokemon Black and White, Generation 5. And there was a Black and White too. Black and White is bland. There is no going around it, it's bland. It's entirely forgettable. I don't really care if the old Pokemons are present in the actual game or just in the post game, but there is no variety throughout the game. It's just known. You face the exact same 5 Pokemon and that's it. As a player, you don't get inspired to play it, replay it, because every single interesting Pokemon design is locked behind a huge amount of progression. So you either pick a starter or you pick a weak Pokemon that's worth nothing and is bland in design. And who wants that? That's it's just nonsense. So it's not a hard game. It's not exactly too easy, but because the blandness, you don't feel anything towards it, so who cares? Now, what's the story? Who knows? Who cares? The problem is, the antagonist group is now a religion. I don't care if you want to compare it to PETA or whatever. They are following a religious leader, they have dogmas, they don't think, they have a mystical leader N who is presented in the game as a religious icon, the light from the behind and all this from bottom to up camera, this the Jesus iconography. It's bullshit. So, what's the problem with this? We faced madman, Team Plasma wanted to take over the world and destroy it to remake it, and Giovanni wanted to, have all the money, and there was those two stupid people who wanted no water was the one, and the other wanted no land. That's just okay. What's the difference now? That this is a religion. So the previous groups, whatever they said, however nonsense that was, that has some internal logic and arguments in it, and you try to confront them not just through battle, but through ideology, on the ideology level. In Black and White, whatever they say is nonsense, does not worth listening to it, and whatever you say, they won't listen to it because they are religious. So there is nothing worthy in Black and White. Just delete that from history. Now Black and White 2. Is that better? Well, the religious group fanatized in that half of it to the point they are in all practical sense terrorists, and you can work with that. Yes, they are clear antagonists. You have to defeat them. No negotiating. That's it. The other part went to being actual PETA. They don't want to kill all Pokemon to free them from human enslavement, but they are a proper animal care group now. So that's fine. Absolutely, that's cool. What about the Pokemon? We finally have variety. I don't care if this is because the old Pokemons were brought back or just the new were shuffled around. Remember, the original games had the same 150 Pokemon, so it's not just bringing in and having a more bigger pool, because the 150 worked in the generation 1, I have no complaint, no one had a complaint about the variety. So, that's fine. How about the gameplay? The difficulty? I assume it is the same bluntness, but there is a redeeming factor. And that is where emulation comes in, because you can hack in the difficulty mode changing keys. The original on-device setting is just you have to first beat the game, so you can only play the post-game with difficulty change or something like that, and that's just so stupid and takes away all your time, and it's just not worth it. Point is, in the emulator you can start with the challenge mode, the hard difficulty setting, and finally that feels like hard mode. Do I recommend it for it? If you like hard modes in other games, because it is a hard mode, not just a more difficult Pokemon game. No, that will be another generation. This is hard mode. You are resource starved, you will feel resource starved, and actually they went overboard with it, because there is some at point where you really want to buy some moves from tutors, and need battle points for it, and you can go to the metro and get battle points, but that's fucking hard because your Pokemons are under leveled compared to what Pokemons in the metro are. It's probably the same problem, by this difficulty mode doesn't really work on the background level, because the scaling up doesn't actually work as it was intended. The Pokemons just have bigger move pool, and trainers have more Pokemon. There is some damage calculation that matters, but a lot of calculations don't work out as it should be. Whatever, it's still a hard game. So if you like hard games, do that. Point is, even if you could go through and win battle points in the metro, which I could not, I say probably because the level scaling is shit, you still cannot buy moves, because there is no shop to spend the battle points. Who designed this? So that's kind of the bad part, but that's now the post game. There is a post game. That's just there are a couple of like 3 hidden battles, so it's not really the only battle that is connected to the story mode is that battle with N. There is a post-game battle with it. Some Zoroark comes in and calls you to go to this place, cave or whatever, and there you find, instead of the Zoroark, this M, and you make another battle. Fine, whatever. So there are 2 more battles. There is Cynthia. Sure, she has the highest level team in the game, but they are pretty bland. I say that that's not the most challenging battle within the game. There is the blue-haired guy who appears in other generations. I especially remember him from Generation 7, Pokemon Ultra Sun, that kind, those games. And he has an interesting showing up there. It's good bad thing, because he acts nonsense there. He just shows up and does some weird things. So I like that I played that first because that gave me interest in the character. Here you find him leading some leftover subgroup of this evil organization, whatever, I won't even look up the name. Point is, his group is freaking hard. The held items make it hard, the sturdy Pokemons make it hard, so you can't one-shot them, so they will land a hit on you, and they have all kind of freaking status condition to put on you, so that fight, worth it. If you are into hard modes, play Black and White 2, and that's it.